Australians grow up fearing sharks, but the calm patch of water next to the waves is the real killer. Rip currents claim more Australian lives each year than sharks, floods, bushfires, and cyclones combined. On any given day, roughly 17,000 of them line the coast, pulling faster than an Olympic swimmer can sprint. So why does almost no one recognize the danger until they're already caught in it? In 2013, researchers at the University of New South Wales analysed national hazard data to establish a tragic hierarchy. Their published findings revealed that rip currents cause an average of 21 confirmed deaths each year. This baseline exceeds the combined annual toll of Australia's most feared natural disasters. Bushfires claim 5.9 lives, cyclones 7.5, floods 4.3, and shark attacks average just 1. Yet because these coastal drownings happen individually, rather than in single, catastrophic events, the scale of the danger remains largely invisible. The exposure is widespread. A 2017 Surf Life Saving Australia survey estimated that 4.2 million Australians aged 16 to 69, roughly 1 in 4, have been caught in a rip current. By January 2025, national reporting confirmed the massive presence of these channels active along the coastline. Most leave no dramatic signature on the surface, quietly trapping unsuspecting swimmers. Recent data shows the danger is growing. A 2024 University of New South Wales summary updated these figures, revealing that rip currents now claim an average of nearly 30 lives each year. This rise reflects a growing population of beachgoers, turning ordinary weekend swims into quiet struggles for survival, far from any help. A rip current is a narrow, fast-moving channel of water flowing directly away from the shore, cutting straight through the surf zone. While regular waves break and push water toward the beach, a rip does the exact opposite, carrying that water back out to sea. As waves continuously break, they pile water up against the coastline in a process known as wave setup. This trapped water must escape, and it seeks the path of least resistance. It finds gaps or troughs in the underwater sandbars. When this massive volume of water funnels through these narrow openings, it concentrates and rapidly accelerates, forming a powerful seaward jet. A typical rip current flows at speeds between 0.5 and 1.5 meters per second. Under certain conditions, however, they can surge to a maximum observed speed of 2.4 meters per second or 8 feet per second. Elite Olympic swimmers top out at around 1.8 meters per second. This means the current moves faster than any human can swim, capable of carrying an unsuspecting swimmer beyond the safe breaking waveline and into deep water within seconds. These currents generally fall into 3 categories: structured bar channel rips, boundary rips near headlands or groins, and sudden, short-lived transient rips. On the surface, this escaping water often looks like a dark, flat, streaky channel cutting directly through the white, breaking waves, hiding its true power from the shore. Beachgoers arriving at the shore face a deceptively simple choice. On one side, waves crash violently, churning up white foam. On the other, a quiet gap of flat, dark water appears peaceful and inviting. Human eyes naturally associate turbulence with danger, and calm water with safety. This biological instinct drives untrained swimmers directly toward the flat section, believing it offers an easier entry. This quiet patch is the throat of the rip current, where the returning water rushes back out to sea. A swimmer steps in, the water only reaching their ankles, but the wet sand soon slides from beneath their feet. The gentle flow rapidly becomes a steady, silent outward drag. Because the surface remains deceptively calm, the physical danger remains completely hidden. By the time the swimmer realizes they are losing ground, the shore is already slipping away, leaving them stranded in open water. The Surf Life Saving Australia National Coastal Safety Report recorded 154 coastal drowning deaths during the 2024 to 2025 reporting year, the highest toll on record. A stark pattern exists in the data. Every single one of these incidents occurred outside the red and yellow flags, outside of active patrol hours, or at an entirely unpatrolled beach. This does not mean every tragedy happened under all 3 conditions simultaneously, but rather that each victim lacked the safety net of active supervision when they entered the water. Without lifesavers on duty, The ocean offers no margin for error. Swimmers frequently encounter these unpatrolled conditions during high-risk exposure windows, such as early morning dips before patrols set up, dusk sessions after the flags are packed away, or trips to remote, isolated coastlines that never see a lifeguard. The red and yellow flags do not certify an entire beach as safe. They mark a highly specific, time-bound zone of active supervision. Outside that narrow corridor of space and time, protection ceases to exist. While the report tracks coastal drownings broadly rather than solely confirmed RIP fatalities, records show not a single death occurred within an actively patrolled flagged zone. The Australian Marine Safety Survey reveals a stark psychological divide. 68% of beachgoers name sharks as their primary coastal fear, while only 14% identify rip currents. This misplaced dread is compounded by visual blindness. Only 22% of people can correctly identify a rip from an image. For the tourists and casual swimmers who make up 45% of coastal drowning victims, unfamiliarity with local tides and sandbars turns deadly when physical signs fail. 41% of international visitors and 23% of locals misunderstand the red and yellow flags, often reading them as danger zones to avoid rather than supervised water. Consequently, swimmers stray into active hazards, contributing to the 8,857 rescues Surf Life Saving Australia performs in a single season. Before stepping onto the sand, scan the water. Look closely for the signs of an active rip current. You are searching for a gap in the breaking waves where the surface is flat and deceptively calm. Watch for water that looks darker or deeper than the surrounding surf, or a channel of sandy, discolored water carrying foam, seaweed, and debris steadily away from the beach past the surf line. Because no single visual cue is guaranteed, look for these features occurring together. Treat any unexpectedly flat stretch of water as a reason for caution, not proof of safety. Before swimming in the ocean, locate the red and yellow flags. Speak to the lifesavers on duty to ask about the current conditions. If you get caught in a rip, stay calm and avoid swimming directly against the flow. You cannot outstrip a channel that moves faster than an Olympic swimmer, and fighting it will only cause exhaustion. Instead, lie on your back and float to conserve your energy. Raise one arm straight up to attract help. A raised hand from anyone caught in a rip must be treated as an immediate emergency signal. If you are a confident swimmer and have the strength, swim parallel to the shoreline to escape the narrow outward flow. Once you feel the pull release and have left the strongest current, make your way back toward the beach. Choosing a patrolled beach and remaining strictly between the red and yellow flags during patrol hours is the single most effective protection. Subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden risks behind everyday Australian life. As millions continue to flock to Australia's coastlines, the greatest danger remains entirely invisible to the untrained eye. Our biological instinct to seek calm water is our quietest vulnerability. In the end, surviving the surf isn't about fighting the ocean, it's about knowing where to step in.